regional nonprofit organization focused on promoting business growth, building community, and advocating for the sustainable economic success of the greater Clinton region. Grow Clinton This Morning, a program in partnership with KROS.
Well, it is time to hear from Grow Clinton. I didn't know if you folks were going to be in. Matt Parbs here. You guys are working today, man.
We are working, yep. We, in fact, have a really busy week. And of course, just because it's the winter and you might think that tourism will slow down, we actually have in the next couple of weeks a lot of some of our big marquee events for the region. We have Bury Scurry on February 1st. And so we'll have more information on that. I'm sure Ann, Eisenman was actually just on the radio last Friday.
That's right. I had Ann in the studio. Yes, thank you.
Gosh, that was just 2 days ago.
Right.
Well, yes.
Yes.
But it felt like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
As you can probably hear, my voice had a little bit of a cold. So talking about the cold, who loves cold more than eagles? And that's why we got Hannah Edfors here from Clinton County Conservation to talk about the Eagle Watch on February 8th. But a little shout out, I used to work with Hannah's sister Morgan, so that's how we know each other at the Sawmill.
Okay.
So Thursday is the Sawmill's Food and Beverage Fest as well. So again, there's 3 things in the next 3 weeks to do in these winter days. And whatnot. But let's put Hannah on the spot and let's see what she knows about eagles, Gary.
All right, very good. Hannah, first of all, how did you end up with the Clinton County Conservation people?
So I actually interned with them in the summer of 2022, I believe, as an AmeriCorps. Really loved it, decided I definitely wanted to be a naturalist, and then a full-time position opened up, and I became full-time with them in March of 2023.
Okay, did you go to school for this then?
I did, yep. So I graduated from Fulton in 2016 and then went to the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point for 4.5 years and loved it up there, but I got a degree in basically environmental education and interpretation.
And got a job in her home area.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
very
easy
lucky.
to do sometimes.
No.
So tell us all what's going to be taking place on February 8th.
Yeah, so February 8th, that is the 41st annual Bald Eagle Watch. That's kind of hosted by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service out of Thompson. The U.S. Corps of Engineers will be there, we'll be there, but there's all sorts of things going on. So that day from 8:30 to 2:30, there will be eagle watching at the Lock and Dam. So there will be members of the U.S. Fish and Game Office as well as the Corps of Engineers there to kind of interpret what's happening and things like that. There will also be warming stations and some drinks and things like that for you to take part of while you're there. And then at the same time from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. over at Clinton Community College, that is where the booths and exhibits and then the programs will take place. So the doors will open at 9 and then there's a welcome at 9:30 and then at 10 o'clock through 1 p.m. that is when more of the hour-long programs begin. So
what are some of the demonstrations? What are some of the programs that are going to take place at the college?
Falconry.
what?
What is it? No, not falconry?
There will be.
Okay.
there
Where'd
will
that
be.
come from?
I just wanted to use that word, Gary.
Oh, okay, very good.
Well, there will be live birds of prey, so
Yes.
Matt, maybe you should stop by. But
Maybe there'll be a falcon there. Who
maybe
knows?
there will be. I don't know. At 10 a.m., that is when Ed Britton, who is the refuge manager, he'll speak about the habitat restoration and enhancement program. And then at 11 a.m., the RARE group out of Iowa City, they're a raptor rehabilitation center. They will be there doing a program with some live birds of prey. And then at 12 p.m., there's another live birds of prey program with Wings and Talons, and they are out of a suburb of Chicago. And then at 1 p.m., David Stokes will be here, and he's kind of a funny naturalist, basically. So he's doing Who Lives with Eagles. It's a very fun program for kids, very interactive. I highly encourage anybody with young children or even yourself to stop by and listen to him. He's pretty funny to listen to. So.
And those programs are all in the what room in the CCC, the Clinton Community College?
Where the stage is.
Yeah, so and their auditorium.
The auditorium,
basically,
yep.
so.
And
Okay.
there will be all sorts of booths as well. So Clinton County Conservation will be there. Corps of Engineers will have a booth. U.S. Fish and Game will have a booth. The NAGs over from Illinois, that's the Natural Area Guardians, they'll have a booth, as well as the Fulton Nature Center, several other places too.
Man, that's a great name.
Nags.
Nags.
Here come the nags.
Yeah.
So now, is there any cost involved with this at all, Hannah?
So it's free to get in. There will be food provided if you would like to purchase some. I believe that's one of the Boy Scout troops that's local that will be doing that. But otherwise, everything is free. There's going to be some face painting for kids and then just all sorts of fun booths and things like that to look at.
Now, do they still provide a shuttle from the college to the lock and dam?
They are not doing that this year.
Okay,
No.
so you're on your own.
Yep, you're on your own. We do have some maps and things like that if you need help figuring out where to go, though.
So when you show up to the Lock and Dam 13, what can I expect? What is the Eagle Watch there?
Well, so there will be some scopes set out, as well as people to kind of interpret what's happening. But the river is really starting to freeze up down the channel now. So we're hoping that a lot of the eagles will start congregating more right at the Lock and Dam because of the open water. So I've been hearing numbers of 20 to 30 eagles. Hopefully, if the river continues to freeze up like it is, because it's, -2 out, the eagles will really start congregating, and you may see upwards of 70, 80, maybe even 100 just hanging out in the trees, hunting for fish, things like that. So it's a sight to see for sure.
41st annual, so this is something that has been around for some time now, very popular. I would imagine a lot of people have been to the majority of them. You get these folks who really enjoy the eagles and bird watching.
Yes, yeah. It's really fun to go to Lock and Dam in the winter. It's really fun to go there year round. You see all sorts of wildlife there, but especially in the winter when the eagles are all together, because you see adult bald eagles as well as juveniles, which can be, all sorts of different colors and shades. So it's pretty neat.
Now, what role do you play in this?
So I am a naturalist with Clinton County Conservation. I will be there hosting a booth there at the college, but really kind of a member from every group that's been helping put on this event. So I've just kind of helped with some ideas or some groups to invite, maybe some programs to do things like that. So
so they've started planning this. Obviously, more or less, even though you think it's the 41st year, but 3-4 months ago, I might have seen the first email for, the first meeting for this. So, every year, they just don't rest on, hey, the laurels of just, let's go look at an eagle. They always try to keep it fresh and add different things. And, I've seen the Wings and Talon from Chicago before, again, about kids. They really do let the audience interact, and they've got, they pass around some different pieces of a bird. I probably should word that better.
artifacts of
yes.
birds.
Here's a piece of a bird. Oh, my goodness. So if people would like to find out more information, Facebook, website, how can they do that?
Yeah, so our Clinton County Conservation Facebook page, we will continue to update and post things about the event. The Stewards of the Upper Mississippi Wildlife Refuge, they're also a Facebook group that is the volunteer group, kind of the friends group for the Upper Mississippi Refuge. So they'll also be posting stuff. You can contact us, contact the Corps of Engineers. There are several ways to kind of get a hold of more information if you need it.
So again, February 8th, and things get underway at what time once more?
Doors open at 9 o'clock at the college, and the eagle watching begins at 8:30 over at the Lock and Dam.
All right, very good. Matt, you mentioned this Thursday at the Sawmill Museum. Were you one of the originators of this thing?
Yeah, it was, the Manglers and myself, and so it's coming back. There's basically almost 25 vendors. I think there's still some tickets left, but they sell pretty fast. I know we're already over probably 300 by now. It's just a great event, 6 to 8 this Thursday night.
And a fundraiser for the Sawmill.
For the Sawmill, yep. So it's, again, thanks to all the vendors from food and alcohol and, beer, wine, spirits, everything show up. And it's a great Thursday evening. And it looks like, no snow, 25 degrees or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's always was my biggest thing. It's
going to be a lot warmer.
Yep. And then what do you do with all the snow? Talking about cold real quick.
Yes.
So a few things. February 22nd, the Clinton County Conservation will have their Winter Fun Day and their Polar Plunge. And then I think March 8th is your guys' trivia night.
Yes.
Yep. So
Polar plunge.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yep.
Really?
You can.
Do you want me to
jump in the
explain
nice
it?
Cold water.
I know
Yeah,
what a
go
polar
ahead,
plunge is.
Yeah, so I did it last year. Always wanted to do it.
You did it?
It's a well. Shout out to Liz Serp, Alice Serp, Dan's mother, who kind of challenged me to do it, and she always makes me freeze. So yeah, dressed up in a raccoon onesie and jumped in the thing. So everyone dresses up in great outfits, or just whatever you want. And it's a great fundraiser. I forget what each of us put in $100 or whatever. I mean, you can put in whatever you want to raise money for the Friends Group and the foundation at Clinton County
Do you
Conservation.
actually dive into like a body of water?
Yep, it's right there, right next to the big eco center. You go right on one of the fishing docks and just plunge
So
right
the
in.
backwaters there,
Yep,
okay.
And you see all the leaves, and then the ice crystals float above your eyes, and then you.
I hope there's people there to help you if,
Yes.
Yes.
some paramedics possibly
Yeah,
on
I made
hand.
mine a little afraid because I decided to spend a little bit too much time in the water.
Oh my gosh.
I curled up and just wanted to see how long I could stay under. And they started getting worried about you just a little bit.
Yeah, I would think so. So, Hannah, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Matt, always great to see you.
Yep, good to see you too.
Thank you for having us.